What's good, people? Welcome to episode 3 of Mumz the Word.
Mumz the Bumble Club Word
We're back.
Yeah, we are. We're back with another episode. You get me? I'm gonna let Nala take the floor while I sit back for a bit.
I don't know about taking the floor, but yeah. Anyway, I'm Nala, and obviously that's my co-host,
Mr. Gemstar Gem Jizzy. You get me? We get busy with the Izzy, and you know how we do this.
Farizzi. You missed the Farizzi at the end. You get me?
You're right. You're right. I did miss Farizzi at the end. You get me? Like, I mean, like, thank you, co-host. This is why there's two. You know what they say? 2 heads is better than one, and that. You get me? So that's why there's 2 of us. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
sometimes people. So yeah, man. Like, how you feeling though, Nala? How you feeling? How's everything?
Yeah, I've had a bit of a stressful few days, but the podcast is keeping it going. You know, like, got to keep it moving for the people.
This is it. Obviously, I'm not going to expose your business on the podcast, but it has been a stressful week for you. You know what I mean? But like, you just need to woosah now, and let's get into some nice conversations.
For real, we're going to do things a little bit different today.
Definitely.
And I'm going to start.
Yes.
First of all, let me ask how you are, actually. That was really rude of me. Oh my God, you asked how I was. How are you, Gemstar? How has your last few days been?
Do you know what? My last few days has been quite relaxing, but at the same time, I've had to do a lot of paperwork, and you know, like yeah, man, life's been good, man. You know what I mean?
I've been my little life coach.
Yeah, of course. You know, I had to be a little life coach as well. You know what I mean? You know, we do it. We life coach each other, man. That's the whole point, man. You know what I mean? You help me, I help you in it. That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's why I remember we were talking about the gender role things and that. And I was like, I don't want to do the gender role things, man, because it separates us, man. We're meant to be together.
Yeah, but also sometimes it's nice to do that and just hear it from different perspectives, because as we've been on this, you tell your side, I tell my side. And sometimes when you go into them conversations, it's just nice for other people to hear, you get me? Because we can have opinions, people, and not have to fall out with each other.
Amen to that. Like, if you want to put it like that, like I said, I'll be more open to the gender conversations. I just don't like when we have them and it just feels like sometimes, you know, it just causes that separation, because it's always like, well, I'm a woman and I'm saying this, and I'm a man and I'm saying this. So, you know, like, we're both not agreeing. And
unfortunately,
it's like,
a man and a woman will always be separated in one sense. Yeah, like, you ain't pushing out no baby out, no pom poms, babes.
That's very true. That is very true, yeah. But without
we're not gonna get into that now.
We're getting into it. No. See, look, we're steering away from what we really need to do here. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, co-host, like I said, lead the way, warrior, senior princess. Let's go.
Warriors, listen, that was one of my favorite shows. But yeah, today I'm gonna start off with am I the arsehole? And yes, I'm swearing, it is what it is. But
it is what it is, YouTube.
We're starting with a friendship one, actually. So the statement and the first question is, am I the arsehole for telling my best friend his girlfriend is disgusting? What is your first initial thoughts before I read the rest?
So I've got to determine from what you just said, yeah, from the outset, if that person's an arsehole. I've just got to, but I don't know the context of the story.
But do it from your perspective. If you was in that situation.
If I was in that situation, yeah. If you wanted to do it out of 100%, yeah.
Say you was the best friend. Say you're the person whose girlfriend it is, and your best friend has called your girl disgusting. Well, how would you feel? Would you think that person's an arsehole?
Do you know what? It's 50-50, yes. But then it would be more of a reason, why have you said this? That's my reasoning to round it. Why would you just come out and turn around and say, your girlfriend's disgusting? But why? Where's that come from? Are you hating down? Do you want my girlfriend on the secret or something? Is that what you're doing here? You're doing like madman movements? Like, but on a serious thing, I would be like, why has he said this? So there would be a part of me like, right, that was a bit.
So do you know what? If it was me personally and my best friend called my boyfriend disgusting,
would you be pissed?
I would cuss there underneath and then find out from both of them what the situation is, because only I can call my other half disgusting. And I will ride till the cows come home, bruv. I'm a ride or die chick. And I don't care if you're right or wrong in public, I will always have your back. And then behind closed doors, I'll tell you about your ass.
No, you're right, you know. You're totally right. Like, I would, like, your initial reaction was different to mine. Mine would be more of like, I'm questioning why you said that. Do you get what I'm saying? Yours.
Oh, listen, I'm questioning 10 different scenarios in my head, but I ain't saying it out loud.
Yeah, I know. You know what it? You know what it was when someone says that to you? Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's disgusting. And there's a part of you in your mind that goes, you know what? I kind of know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking, because you're right. You like what your thing was. You automatically leapt to the defense of your partner and was like, nah. You can't say that. Only I can say that. You've leapt to the defense, innit? Maybe I was more on the thing of just like, why have you said that? What do you mean? What have you seen? Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe that's the man perspective of more like, what have you seen that I haven't seen? For you to say that, than me rather defending you, innit? So yeah, that's nuts, you know. All right. What's the scenario?
So this is the scenario. Right, you ready?
Go on.
I'll read it all and then we'll go from there, yeah?
All right.
I, 22 female, have been friends with Danny, 22 male, since high school. And he recently moved in with current girlfriend Lucy, 22. They had a housewarming party on Friday and Lucy spent most of the night dancing with her own friends who are very like her. Excitably extroverted is in brackets.
Okay.
And dragging Danny away from his conversations with his friends in brackets, us.
Typical woman.
Yeah. To dance even though he's more like us, introverted and not a party animal like them. Later, Danny was being very quiet, so I asked if he was okay. He said he was just tired. But he just kept watching Lucy dancing and then said something in her ear. The next time she came over, and she just shook her head and laughed at him. After she went back to her friends, I asked if he was bothered, I asked him if it was bothering him, how she was behaving. And he asked me to explain. I mentioned the attention-seeking dancing she was doing and the fact that she was wearing something really revealing, even though other guys were at the party. Danny said it didn't bother him and then sat with a moody face. At the end of the night, at the end of the night, Lucy sat down with us and started chatting non-stop about how amazing the party had been. I pointed out jokingly, Danny obviously wasn't enjoying himself since he looked miserable. And Danny told her, I was worried he was jealous because of her outfit. Lucy ruffled his hair, which he hates, and said he was quiet because he loved her outfit so much he couldn't wait for us all to leave so he could drag her to bed. I thought this was completely inappropriate and said to Danny, in that case, I'll leave.
Oh no, he said that out loud.
The girlfriend said that.
So the girlfriend said out loud that she can't wait to drag him to bed.
No, I'll read it again. Lucy ruffled his hair, which he hates, and said that he was quiet because he loved her outfit so much he couldn't wait for us to leave so he could drag her to... No, she said that. The girlfriend said that.
That's what I said. The girlfriend said that to him, that I can't wait.
No, she said it to the best friend.
She said it to the best friend?
She said it to the best friend.
Not to the boyfriend?
No.
Wow, carry on.
I thought that was completely inappropriate, and I said to Danny, in that case, I'd leave if she was going to be that disgusting. And Lucy just laughed at me, so I did leave. Today, Danny messaged me saying Lucy wants an apology before I'm allowed back to their home. But when I asked if Lucy will apologise for making me uncomfortable, he said no, she didn't have anything to say sorry for. I was genuinely only worried about my friend, but admit I could have just left without calling her disgusting. So am I the arsehole?
No, you are not an arsehole. And I'll tell you why he's not an arsehole.
He
was... Pardon?
She's not an arsehole.
I'll tell you why she is an arsehole. No. Because...
It's two girls and a boy. The friend is a girl, the girlfriend is a girl, and obviously the boy...
So who was it? Was it the girl that said to the best friend, which was Lucy? Lucy said to the best friend about she can't wait to drag my man home and all that,
Yeah,
right?
and the best friend is a girl as well. Yeah.
So the best friend's so it's a girl saying it's one of a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got more context to this story now. I understand because I thought, from my perspective, I thought she was saying to the best friend, but the best friend was male, saying, I want to drag your best friend home and smash her doors in it. And I was like, oh, that's a violation. But obviously, I've got it wrong. I've got it wrong.
It's still a violation. And to me,
don't
do you know, the only part of this that really pissed me off, was when it says Lucy ruffled his hair, which he hates. I don't think anybody should put their hand in a man's hair and ruffle his hair like he's a child.
Yeah, don't do that.
Especially not when you're in a situation like that. Cool if you're indoors and you're just messing about and you're doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? But to be in a group setting and think that ruffling his hair and saying whatever the conversation may be is okay, I think it's very demeaning.
It is very demeaning. It's like he just touching something. Like, I don't like people just touching my hair randomly, innit? Like without saying nothing or letting me know you're going to touch my head. Then you're right. If you touch a man's head and you just rub it, like, oh, you're right, and it's front of me. It's like you're boying me. I'm not a dog. Don't pet me. I am not a dog. You get me? You don't need to pet me or rub my head in it unless I've asked you to. Or like, you know what I mean? We're in a private setting, like you said. Then say no more. But getting back to your story. So she said that to the best friend in front of everybody, and then obviously, is she disgusting for what she's done? Well, yeah, she is. That's disgusting. Like, why are you saying that in front of everybody? Do you get what I'm saying? You're embarrassing your boyfriend and you're embarrassing your friend. Like, your behavior, you're behaving badly. So yes, you are an arsehole. Why are you acting like that?
What, the friend's an arsehole or the girlfriend's an arsehole?
The girlfriend's an arsehole, not the friend. Because at the end of the day, the friend was just reacting to the reaction of the situation. Because what it is when you're in them type of situations, sometimes you're uncomfortable. So when someone's uncomfortable, there might be a point where you snap on that uncomfortability.
See, the thing is, by the sounds of it, it sounds like he was pushed into having this party in the first place. If he's not a party animal.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't even really want to be there.
He's doing it just to satisfy her.
Yeah, he's gone to because obviously that's her thing. She likes to go out. Hence with the thing of like she's dancing provocatively. She's got the see-through outfit with the cheeks pondo, just like Kiki Palmer. You get me? Like,
don't start with that, bruv.
Wait, what? Is it not the same kind of scenario? Like, the only difference is that the man's actually there.
Me personally, in this sort of situation, if you are in, this is like the agony aunt coming at me now, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, go on.
Oh God, if you are in a relationship and one is a party animal and one isn't, like you need to be able to come to that common ground where it's a. You find something that's together, and then like the one person that's not a party animal can maybe like have their friends around for a meal or whatever, while the other one's out partying and doing whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. You need balance and compromise.
Yeah, 100%.
You definitely need that. But what it was obviously in the story that you said, he's tried to compromise, and that was his way of compromising. Like, you know what? It's not my thing, but I'm gonna go out with you, babes. Tonight. I'm going to go out in it. It's not my thing, but I'm going to go out with you. But then what's happened is what you just said there, even with balance and compromise, you can't control someone else's behavior. So what's happened is now she's gone out. She's probably had a couple drinks, couple sambucas, couple little juices here and there. Then she's got merry with the night. Now she's dancing provocatively. You can't control how someone behaves. So what's happened is she's caught up with how she behaves when she goes out. And he's seen that. And obviously that's made him uncomfortable. And then obviously she's done that statement to her best friend to be even more disgusting and more uncomfortable. So really and truly, you said that, remember she said that she refused to apologise. And I was like, well, the fact that she's not apologising is one of the key things that I beef you women about. And something that is kryptonite.
Whoa!
I'm going to say it right now. It's kryptonite for you women. I'm going to say the big
not
A word.
You women.
Yeah. Let me say it. All right, co-host. I'm going to leave you out of this one. All women apart from my co-host.
You better.
All co-hosts apart from all women apart from my co-host. Accountability. I'm going to say it again. Accountability. That's one of the key.
But listen, there's hella men out there that don't take no accountability for their blood clot neither. Listen, don't get me started,
Leave me out of that, bro. I'm accountable for every sin, everything that has gone on in my life. In my life, there is no skeleton or in my closet or nothing, no stone that's not been unturned that I'm not willing to put my hands up and say, you know what? I did that.
Oh, fuck that.
I did that. That's me. Do you get me? But yeah, like key example in that story. No accountability. You've done something to make someone else feel uncomfortable,
I feel
and you don't want to apologize.
yeah, they're still all very young and they're just going to make these mistakes. 22, you don't even know what you're doing, to be honest with you.
True. I get that.
To be honest, by the sounds of things, the girlfriend's a little bit jealous of the best friend, because why would you need to make the statement about that to the best friend if you weren't jealous?
That's very true. You're watching her, innit? Like, so if anything, if the only way I can match you is to say something sexual.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have you. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, I know about you women still, man. But yes.
See how 2 minutes ago he was talking about you don't want to get into this separation thing, and he's doing it. And he's doing it.
I'm doing it. Do you know what it is? It's like this story has made me skirt on it without trying to skirt.
No,
that's all it is.
You
that's
are
all it is.
just
that's all it is. That's all it is. I know there's gonna be a lot of people listening thinking to myself, who does this brother think he is about women can't be accountable? Hey, in my lifetime,
listen, I know every woman that's listening to this right now is like, what is he talking about? Do you know about my man?
Yeah, I know. There's bad people thinking, I bet there's lots of things that you haven't been accountable for. No, trust me, babes. I'm accountable for every single little thing that I've ever done in my life, innit? And I hold my hands up, innit? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, you know, that's just one of the things I think. I just think when it comes to accountability, that's women's kryptonite, you know?
That's like, the same as men. You can't just keep saying women.
All right. Let me dress it back. A small percentage of women out here
and men
find it hard.
And men.
All right, and men find it hard to be accountable.
A lot of people find it hard to be accountable, but I think that goes back to a lot of people's childhoods as well. I think that's a generational thing. I swear. I know grandparents, but they'll do something and they're like, who did what? No.
You look at them like, right, even in this big
I just see you, Nanny. What are you talking about?
like, do you know that you might be going soon, yeah, and you're still lying, you're still not being real? How can you be like that? Trust me, I've seen old people like that. You're just looking at them thinking, like, you're going to be out of here soon. And you're still moving, like, sideways, like, bro, you see what I know? Like, even now, I'm trying to move with a better perspective of life, innit? Let alone when I'm like,
listen, your little new outlook on life, being all positive and that, listen, nearly took me to a different place earlier.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to expose what we was talking about, yeah, but like, I got under her skin, in it. It's the first time that my co-host has actually been irritated by me. I was trying to school her about something, yeah? And
it's been I think I've known you for like 13 years, 14 years.
13 years. Yeah, 13, 14 years. That's the first time I've actually had a conversation where I could tell I was irritated, and I was like, I'm actually getting under your skin, but I'm looking out for you. That's all it is. I've got love for you, innit? Like, I'm looking out for you, but
listen, if it was anybody else, I would have lost my nanas.
I know you would. Speaking of stuff that you might lose your nanas on, yeah?
Oh, here we go.
Check this story that I had. I'm saying, check this story. So, I was watching, like, I went on, obviously, I'm on the gram. I seen a video, innit? And this was like a wildlife thing, innit? And it was about a pack of lions. So, hear what, yeah? This main lion, yeah? He's caught the gazelle. You know what lions do? They hunt. So he's caught the gazelle. The lioness and all the cubs are feeding. But what this lion has gone and done now, he's gone and brought 2 new cubs to come and feed. So basically, what this lion has done, yeah, this lion had a side thing, innit? And he's gonna have 2 illegitimate children, yeah, with a lioness, innit? But what he's done is he's brought the 2 cubs to the feeding thing to feed with the rest of the troop. So, you know, as I carry on with this story, you know what's happened now, innit? So when he's brought the 2 illegitimate cubs to the feeding thing, all the other cubs are looking like, right, who are these cubs? We don't know these cubs. The lionesses looked up like, rah, who are these cubs? I don't know these cubs, you get me? So then, obviously, it's all come out now like, rah, the lion's had a side thing. He's had a legitimate relationship over here and had kids outside of the pride. Outside of the pride and that, innit? So the lioness, yeah, she switches, bruv. She starts switching. She's roaring. She's rah. She's roaring. She starts roaring at the cubs. And check it, yeah, the cubs are teenagers. So he's kept this secret for a minute, Reggie. The cubs are teenagers, innit? So then the lioness, his main lioness, she's roaring, and she's gone to go over to the teenage cubs, and she's basically roaring at the cubs like, listen, I will chew up your kids, you know, Bridget. You better move them from the feeding frenzy. That's why she's roaring at the cubs. And then basically, the main lion, he's had to come in between the lioness and his illegitimate sons and be like, look, allow it kind of thing, innit? Yeah. And eventually, the teenage cubs, yeah, about to leave. And then, like, because the lioness was having a bar of it, Ruben. And then the rest of the cubs were switching as well. And all I thought to myself, yeah, when you see the lion's face when this was all going down, yeah, the lion looked human. He looked stressed, brethren. I was watching, I was thinking, bro, you did a mad move. Like, why would you bring your side king's kids to your new family, to your main family, and think he was going to get away with it? I didn't understand it. And all I thought to myself, that line is definitely Jamaican or Nigerian, because Bumba Clark.
Liberties. Nah, you're liberties.
I'm joking, people.
You're
I'm African myself. I'm African myself. And I got Jamaican in my family.
The absolute violation.
I can say these things. No, but Bridget, like, if you saw the lion's face, bro, he looked stressed. He actually looked like, you see, like he was scratching his head, going, right, you know what? Maybe this wasn't really a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. And all I kept thinking was like, you know, when they got the commentators like, yeah. So he's brought the legitimate sons to the pride. The lioness is not having it. She's not happy. She's gone over. She's roaring, and then the commentary with it was hilarious. I was almost crying, like, and it was just the lion's face after, where he just looked like he'd been through 1,000 wars. Ruben, like, raw, mate, that was peak. So in that situation, what would you do?
Right, so,
imagine that.
Well, obviously the lion won't be able to jump in the middle of the night. Well, first of all, I'm not going towards no pitney them.
Of course.
I don't care about how old they are. But the lion wouldn't have nothing to be able to go and make any more babies with, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
And, like, don't get me twisted, yeah? Like, I love my step babies, yeah? Like, they're my kids. Like, if they ever need me, I'm always here, yeah? But obviously I knew about them. They're my babies, like.
There you go.
And I'm not even with their dad no more, but they're still my babies. But
there you go.
But, like,
there you go.
If you can't be, me and you can't be in a relationship like that, and then you're bringing 2 teenagers into my yard, like, I never knew about.
Just like that. That's what I didn't understand. Just like that. He basically brought the wrong people to the cookout. That's what the line.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People to the cookout. He didn't.
But his face would have ended up on the barbecue. 100.
Barbecue lion. He didn't send the memo. He didn't try to, like, sit the pride down and say, listen, rah, 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 and just talking lion language and just let them know that, look, that did a madness back in the day. He didn't try. He just sprung it on them like Jerry Springer style. Like, yeah, check it. Boom. This is my new family. What are you saying? And you got nothing to say about. But the lion, I rate the lioness though. She went up and up. Like, she shut the whole thing down, fam. She was like, listen, you better move your kids before I chew your kids up, bro. That's how she was moving, innit? That's how she was moving. She was roaring at the youth, like, you better move from this pride, you know, Bretchen. You better move, you know, Bretchen. She was roaring at them kids to move. And like I said, the dads have to come in the middle and roar at her like, nah, you ain't gonna do that, fam. Like you're gonna have to go through me first. Like, the dads have to do that, yeah? And then she's roaring back like, raw, like, you, like, what have you done here, bro? Like, look what you've done. Look at the madness you've caused. And I'm watching this whole thing, like, even in the animal kingdom, the man them move mad.
Yeah, for real.
The males move mad. Even in
all you males. Kingdom. See, this is my point. You males are all mad in the head. All of you.
I know.
All different types of species. I guarantee the aliens are twisted too, Bridget.
I can imagine, bro. Aliens probably got
especially, you know, the ones where they're in the films that they got bare eyes, yeah? I can see a Jamaican version of one of them, yeah, coming through the thing, and there's an eye on different women as he's walking through the thing. Yeah.
You know that one's there as well, yeah? Man will be going to different planets and that, blood. Yeah, I'm mated with this species, that species. He's got bare different species around the planet.
I would say I've been chatted up by people from different places, yeah? And I must say, Jamaicans do it the best. They're comical with it. They are so smooth and comical with it.
They got lines. I'm not gonna lie. Certain yardie man back in the day, yeah, when I say them chirping gal, yeah, I'd steal their lines. I'll be like, Bridget, that was smooth what you did there. Like, you know about them thing there, Bridget. You have to learn from the best, Bridget. You don't know. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. A lot of my little lines I got from the man them from the yardies on the block, innit? Cause you're right, them man are smooth. Cause you know what it is the accent, innit?
Do you know? Yeah, it's the accent is amazing. Do you know one time I was getting chatted up by this Jamaican man, actually on Brixton Hill, yeah, and my brethren turned around to me and she was like, what did he say? As we walked up there, we were standing there for a good 10 minutes. Like, he took my number, we're chatting, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be in West Norwood. Da, 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 da. Like, we're just having a full-blown conversation for a good 10 minutes, yeah? Anyway, I got off now. My brethren turned around and said, what did he say?
You was the only one that understood
I was like, are you for real? What part? And she was like, all of it.
All of it? She just said, yeah, well, go on.
Like, she wasn't from London either, though. So, you know, like, she hadn't never been really around it or anything. Like,
that must have been such a culture shock for her when she's heard that. Do you get me? She's thinking, right, how come you heard that? Because I'm from the ends, brethren. Me know these are my peoples, innit? I've grown up like this, you get me? So, yeah, man. That leading on to that, yeah, I saw something funny in it quickly, yeah. You know about that guy that does crep check? I forgot his name, bro. He's one of these like podcasters, isn't it? Some light skin guy. He takes like celebrities will go like and show the kind of trainers that they like, and they take them around and they look at the trainers and that.
I think so. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So he's talking to one rapper, innit? I can't remember the rapper's name, man. Like she's like I can't remember the rapper's name, but he's chatting to her, innit? It kind of linked to what you just said, innit? He's chatting to her, yeah, and then she goes to him, yeah. Basically, he's talking to her, going to her, oh, what do you think of English men? And then like she's like, oh, when I come over here and I do my music, innit, I don't really like fraternize. I don't really go out, so I don't really know about Englishmen. So he's there trying to go and like, yeah, but like, what do you think of Englishmen? Like, come on, like me. He's kind of hinting like to me, like, what do you think of me, innit? And she's like, what do I think of you? So then the first question she asks him now is, okay, what's your favorite food? So he's like, I like stewed chicken, fried dumpling, you get me, coleslaw, all that good Jamaican food, innit? Caribbean food, innit? And then she's looked at him and she's gone, that's a very good answer. And then he's like, what did you think I was going to eat? What, fish and chips? And she's like, yeah, because she's American, innit? She thinks man's favorite thing is going to be fish and chips. And I looked at that and I thought to myself, babes, see out here, yeah, Caribbean culture is rife. Caribbean African culture is rife, babes. We're eating rice and peas, we're eating jollof.
But do you know what I noticed? Like, obviously, I watch a lot of American TV, like from the Love and Hip Hops and all of that sort of stuff, yeah. And I really noticed, like, even when like Spice is on Love and Hip Hop, yeah.
Love that episode. Love Spice. Love that.
Listen, Spice, she's a bad girl. I love Spice.
Bad girl.
Yeah.
I love Spice.
So, listen, if you know about Love and Hip Hop people, yeah, do you know who's been my day one? I don't like the way he moves sometimes, yeah, but my day one has to be Scrappy, bruv. The way he's got his own language. The other day, I watched it and he said something, yeah, and I come in and I said to my son, what does this mean? And I said it to him and he's like, what language are you talking about? And I was just busting up. He was like, what was it he said? I haven't even put the piznai in the what is it? I haven't put the piznai in the punani for her to be pregnant for riznai. Feels me? Like that, yeah. And I was busting up. I was like, this dude is hilarious, bro.
You know what it is? You see Scrappy, yeah? I was about to say, yeah, Scrappy's one of my favourites on the ladder because, like, he's so cool, isn't it? You see, like, he's just cool and relaxed, isn't it? But the thing I like about Scrappy, yeah, is that when you see Scrappy getting mad, which is very rarely, but when you see him getting mad, it's very, like, it's always over something really deep or some kind of deep real life stuff.
No, not at the moment. He's not at the moment. Not at the moment. Normally he's like that, but at the moment, no. In the new season, yeah, he's gone all tits up for him.
Nah, do you know why though? Do you know why? We're not gonna go overly talk about it because I know there's a lot of people thinking I don't give a damn about Love and Hip Hop. But yeah, but what it is basically he's had a breakup, so he's had a family breakup. He's
going for a divorce.
Yeah, he's going for a divorce with the BAM, which is his missus, everybody. The BAM, that's what they call her. So then, obviously...
And she's a boss-ass bitch.
She is a chick. Yeah, she is a boss chick.
She's been paying for everything, bro.
No, that's not... No. See, look, this is where we're going to fall out. I've seen an interview with Scrappy. He's been interviewed by someone in America.
She's released... You can Google the statements. My man hasn't been paying for nothing. No, and he's now refusing to pay child support. Because she earns She's the dominant earner or whatever the fuck they call it. But listen, we're getting sidetracked here. I was talking about Spice.
Yeah, I know. We are getting sidetracked, but no, you gotta let me land. You gotta let me defend the man them in it.
No, you can't defend the man then.
No, I go. In this interview, he showed one of the women receipts of all the times he's paid the bill. And he's showing it to the woman. He goes, look, here's my phone. I'm going to show you my phone. I'm going to show you all the times I've paid rent. And he goes, there's certain times I've paid both our rents. And he showed the woman's like, oh, so there's receipts.
No.
So I don't know what receipts you're looking at.
No.
I don't know what receipts you're looking at, but he's saying, look, I'm paying my way, innit? Like, anyway, we'll never know the truth.
Anyway,
but
yeah.
Get back to Spice.
Spice, yeah. What makes me laugh on there is you see, like, when there's Shekinah was there with her, yeah? And Spice starts going on a mad one about Carly Red, and she's like, "Mama Clark," and she's going, you know how Jamaicans, when they're on something, they talk really fast, yeah? And I listened to it, I was like, like, understood every word. Shekinah was like, Spice, I don't even know what you're saying to me, man. Allow me.
And they're Americans, you know. I'm like, you should know by now, man. Caribbean culture been in America for a minute, like. You lot should know by now, like. You should understand it, innit? You get me, like.
It was the way I love Shekinah, bro. She let her rant for a good, like, 5 minutes. And she's like, Spice.
I don't even know what you just said.
I don't know what you're saying, man.
She's funny. I don't even know what you just said. I'm not being messy, man. I'm not being messy. Spice, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that, Spice. No, I do like her, man. She's funny still, man. But freaking co-host. I'm about to get serious. You ready to get serious?
Don't let me get serious.
Do
you know what I've noticed, is I get really drawn out on this podcast because I'm so used to being on the damn phone with you, boy, and we just being so relaxed and chilled, yeah. I forget that we're recording sometimes, yeah. And then I'm like, rah. And then when I listen back to it and I hear myself like do a little sing song or whatever, and I'm like, why have I just done that?
Because you're part of the vibe. You're caught up in the vibe, innit? We're in the vibe right now. It's the vibe. Mum's the word. All of that. You get me?
Mumz.
But people, we're about to get serious, innit? Like, so let's put our serious hats on, innit?
Ooh, deep breaths.
Bomb. I'm going to say one word and I'm going to go from there.
Oh, God.
You ready?
Okay.
Noel Clark.
Who?
Noel Clark.
Who's
For anyone
that?
who doesn't know who Noel Clark is, he's the guy that was behind Adulthood, which is one of the first urban films to come out in this country.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. He got cancelled.
Adulthood.
He got cancelled, yeah?
He got cancelled
over the rumours.
Assault. Yeah, over the rumours and the sexual. Anyone that doesn't know, this guy was a very pillar in our urban community. He's one of the first people to make one of the first urban films in the UK, which is a film called Adulthood. Classic. Straight Bomber Clark classic. He's made another.
Can I just ask something? Is that the one where my man walked in there and said, "Fruit tellers are bad man sweet"? You get me? Is that the one?
I think so.
Is it?
I think so. I'm not too sure. I think so. I'm not too sure.
That line, my son, my youngest, loves Fruitella, you know. And every time I get the Fruitella, I'm like, Fruitellas are bad man sweet. And he's like, why do you say that?
Fruitellas are bad man sweet. Don't get it twisted. But yeah. So basically people, what happened to this guy was that this guy got accused of sexual assault and sexual allegations. But these are all rumours. They were all rumours. The guy was never questioned or taken in by the police. So with all the rumours and all the publicity that surrounded his name, the guy was totally cancelled. Lost all his contracts. Bro, he lost all his contracts.
Everything.
He lost
the budget for the new film.
All the budget, all of that. He lost all of that.
So it wasn't even just him that lost out. It was all the people from the film, the new film that was due to come out, because it was ready to shoot. They was literally, I think it was like a few weeks away from shooting or something as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So all of them people have lost out all over rumours. There was no factual information in any of it.
No evidence. The guy was never questioned by the police.
Yeah.
That's how much there wasn't a case to answer. Yes, allegedly there were certain things that he said or things that he done that he admitted himself in interviews, saying, look, boom, I said certain things, certain innuendos, but it was just banter, innit? Maybe I took the banter too far, but no actual
Listen, we've all took banter too far. Trust and believe.
Trust me on that. But going back to what I'm trying to get to, like the main thing the reason why I brought this up is because what he's doing now is he is suing the Daily Telegraph, which is the paper that ran the story initially. And people at the time when this guy was about when they ran this story. He'd just received a BAFTA. Now, anyone who doesn't know what a BAFTA is, because I know there's a couple American people that listen to it. A BAFTA is a very high prestigious award that you get in film and television over a long period of time. So you've got to be in film and television for at least a decade, over a decade, maybe 20 years, or however long, and you've given a very good contribution to film and television for you to get this award. This guy went and got this award. And let's be real on the record, no black person really gets BAFTAs. Like, in this country, black people don't get BAFTAs. That's a white man award, isn't it? Yeah.
But then, do you know what you're saying that about this country? I understand that America is I would say slightly further ahead than us, yeah. But even a lot of black people don't get awards out there. I feel like even in certain, like the Oscars and stuff, there's very few and far between, and it's more so just so that they can't be classed as racist. Like, I don't watch no other awards, you know, like other than like BET and that.
Yeah, I know.
I refuse to. I don't stand by that culture. Like, it's disgusting.
Same here. I don't watch see all that Oscars and all them kind of things and all them kind of award shows. I don't fuck with none of them because we all know like what's gonna happen. And when you look at the people on the boards and the people that vote for these things, like you know that man are not getting through. So that's what I'm trying to say. With the Noel thing, it was groundbreaking that he was able to receive this award. Yeah. And then 5 days later, they ran a story about sexual assault. So it seems like so much of a coincidence that this has happened. So anyway, he's going back to sue the Telegraph. Do you know how much he's trying to sue them for?
How much?
10 million.
Good. It should be more than that.
It should be more than that. But
it should be more than that because the budget for the film, I think, was almost that.
It was 1.2.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, it's disgusting, honestly. When I see all of this coming out, he's done a few interviews, and he's been on a few podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? He's always been pretty real. But I've noticed there's a rawness to him at the moment.
Because of the injustice that's happened to him. And we're going to get more into this. I'm going to go more into the injustice side of it.
But you know, like cancel culture is disgusting.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Disgusting. The things I've seen, especially in the last few years, you know, like because COVID hit, you know, when you're just like you was online more, you was doing this. The things that I was reading and finding out is mad. And like people, especially like you lot probably think like, why am I even here? Because I'm America this and America that. But like, get back to America. Like, how do I say this? Like the whole Will Smith scenario, yeah.
Or when he slapped Jada. I mean, when he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah. Like, do you still Will Smith?
Do I what?
He is still Will Smith.
Like, he's still Will Smith.
He is still doing stuff. Like, he is still cool. Whereas Tiffany Haddish now, she got into a little tutu something and they tried to cancel her. Like, Girls Trip 2's coming out, yeah? They're filming it now, right?
Is she in it?
Yeah. So they did an interview leading up to it, yeah? And this was during a period where she had like been like semi-cancelled or whatever. And he was doing an interview, the guy that wrote the first one. And he was like, they said, so what are you going to do? Because obviously at this point, Tiffany's been semi-cancelled, yeah, if you want to say. And obviously Jada is going through all the shit because of the Will Smith stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
So they're like, so what are you going to do? And he was like, well, Girls Trip won't be Girls Trip without Tiffany. And Tiffany wasn't even meant to be in the first one, he said, yeah? He goes, but she made the film what it was. And number two can't be there if she's not there.
Yeah, straight.
He goes, I don't care. He was just like, these people can't tell me
what I can and can't do.
Like, I'm paid. We've got the money. We've got the budget for the film.
The problem is with these things, is that I've noticed that you said cancel culture. Like, Noel Clark and even Tiffany Haddish, you can add these people into this thing, were cancelled by social media. So something comes out and you're guilty already. You're guilty, bang to rights by trial of social media. Yeah. How, excuse me, Tube, I'm going back to swear. How fucked is that? You can be guilty by a court of opinion, not actual facts, not a trial, like by the court of opinion. So my man's lost his whole livelihood. We're talking millions here, bro. Do you know what he done? He done a forecast of all the money he would have received if his career wasn't stopped, and it equaled up to the 10 million. So what I'm seeing, he's suing the Telegraph for 10 million.
I
It would have been much
personally
more.
believe it would have been more than that.
Of course, it would have been more because the guy. Think about it. He's just won a BAFTA. He's won a BAFTA. He's a
You're
black
at
man
the
that's
height of
contributed.
your career.
You're at the height of your career. You've contributed so much to the. Like, let's be real.
He's
If
helped so many people from like the hoods and that, like
from the hoods.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Kidulthood is a big reason the scene is where it's at right now. See, musically, the scene. That's a pillar of what that thing is. Because you gotta remember as well, when Kidulthood came out, man them were submitting their songs to that film. So man them that are making tunes on the block, yeah, they're in that film. Like, remember Dizzy Rascal's first album, Boy in the Corner, come out 2003. I think Kidulthood come out 2004. All Dizzy songs are in that film. So it was
Really?
all groundbreaking at once. Yeah, remember that scene? Remember the scene, yeah, where what's it call it? One of the man them goes to the yard, yeah, and I think he ends up piping Noel Clarke's girl in it, and then he comes in the yard and he's like, what you man doing in my yard? What, are you dizzy, blood? And then they rush him, yeah, and then they come running out, and then they're playing, he's just a rascal, he's just a rascal, he's just a rascal. They're playing that Dizzy Rascal tune. I remember that scene. So I love that Dizzy Rascal tune. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, man, love that tune. But yeah, like, he was cancelled by the court of opinion. Like, and the only reason we know that he was really cancelled is because my man is black. Is it because I is black? Yeah. And I'll give you an example of that. Look at Philip Schofield and the madness with him. Yeah? Look at the madness with Philip Schofield and
we had a conversation
young guy
about this when all of this was going on. And listen, I don't condone anything like that with children. Like, and anyone that knows me knows I'll lose my head over any kid. Like, so
Thank you. But anyone who doesn't know,
yeah, go on.
Sorry to interrupt you, co-host. Anyone that doesn't know, the story is that Philip Schofield is a presenter on a very popular TV show called This Morning, and basically morning TV. He's a married man with kids. Basically, had an affair with a very younger man.
No. You've explained that hella wrong way, bro.
Did I do it
wrong? He was a married man for years with girl children. Yes.
Yeah. Go on.
He then came out on TV as gay, tried to do a Caitlyn Jenner on us, yeah?
He did.
And then got all the sympathy cards, well, we're so proud of you, Philip, and all of this, yeah? And then, years prior to the gay announcement, he apparently had met this young boy who he helped get onto the TV show behind the scenes, and blah, blah, blah. Then apparently once he got older, them two ended up having some sort of, I wouldn't class it as an affair because he actually technically wasn't with his wife. But yeah, it was like that. But my point is they class it as grooming. Now, only because he helped him get on the show. He knew their kid's parents or something it was, yeah. So he helped him, which if any child has got somebody that can help them further in life, cool, yeah. So kudos for that, yeah. We don't know from that point to the point that this has come out what actually happened. It could have been years later that something's actually happened, like they have both said, but that other people are claiming it's grooming, right? Now my argument is,
go on. I'm grooming.
Listen, I'm not saying it's not grooming, yeah? I'm just saying nobody truly knows and we'll never know, yeah? This comes back to cancelled of opinions, no? Because you don't know when it started. You don't know what happened.
That is very true. You're right. Yeah. Going back to I'll be hypocritical of saying that. I don't. You're right. Yeah. I'm just saying for what I've heard. And the way it looks to me.
So the way it looks fucking terrible. Let's be real.
It looks terrible. Like, it looks like you've groomed.
But my thing is, Cheryl Cole. Now I know even people in America know who she is because she's been out there as well. Cheryl Cole was on the X Factor here.
Fight for this love.
Is she? You're really singing that song. So she was on England's X Factor as a judge when One Direction became One Direction. Years later, she then had a kid with one of One Direction who she met him when he was like 13, 14, however old he was.
13, 14 she met him.
But no one didn't cancel her.
And that's my point, innit? This is my point. This goes back to my point, innit? like when people in the celebrity eye do these things that are not of black descent, yeah, they do little fucked up things, yeah. There's always a outpour of sympathy, or we need to look at it from this angle. Or, let's give them the benefit of a doubt. When it's a black man, it's your man's a right, yeah, you done that,
Yeah,
yeah,
but then people are
lock him
just
off.
racist. Full stop.
Pardon?
Then people are just racist. Like that's the be all and end all of that. Yeah.
Straight.
Because
and that's,
if you do it or I do it, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like when people say, like, you know, like White Yardie, it really pissed me off. Yeah, he was doing.
When they tried to grill him about
being Jamaican, bruv. You was, the people were born here in England, and you're calling yourself Jamaican because you're black and your parents are Jamaican. Yeah, but this man born and grew and went to school in Jamaica, and you're questioning him.
I know.
Because his skin is white.
No, as much when I saw that, yeah, I was embarrassed for the culture, and I was embarrassed as a black person. I was embarrassed. I was just like, at the end of the day, yeah, my man was born there. You see where you are born.
Well, he wasn't. I think he wasn't born there. He was born somewhere else, but like from 3 weeks old or something. Because of the healthcare, the mum, and she was having complications, so she flew somewhere and had him. But she actually lived in Jamaica. And then came back when he was like 3 weeks old, and then he grew and done school, like.
Bro, you're Yardie. You see, when you're there, you was born there. You weren't born there, yeah, but you started your life there 3 weeks later. So 3 weeks after you came out the womb, you was in Jamaica, and you stayed there until you came over to England. You're a Yardie. Yeah. You're just a white, like you are what it says on the tin. You are a white Yardie. Yeah. You're not a white man trying to be Jamaican.
Like that sort of thing really. Where I'm actually coming to that. Years ago, yeah, right, there was, I used to work on the fair, and there was a guy that worked on there, and he was from South Africa, and he was tall, and
you say you used to work on the fair?
Yeah. And he was...
say no more. How come you don't tell me these things, fam? You never told me this.
Everybody knows I worked at the fair. I worked at the fair for years. You don't know about my knee benching.
Nah, you can't be there. You can't be
there. Yeah, George Irvin's fun fair. Boop, 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 boop. Listen, ain't no better fun fair than George Irvin's, mate.
I didn't know that. Anyway, carry on, bitch.
Listen, listen, all my workers, yeah, that used to work there now will be listening to this going, blup, 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 blup.
Yeah, big up the fair man then. Big up the fair man then.
Listen, we used to we'll get into that. I will even do a podcast on them things there. We got some stories.
We need to.
But listen, I'm still friends with George and all them people there, you hear me? So we can't do too many details, but you hear me?
Say no more.
But fun fair days were live.
But yeah, go on, carry on.
What was I saying? You got me gassed about fun fair, boy.
I got you gassed about
the man he was from South Africa, but he was a tall white dude, yeah. But he spoke like he's from Africa because he is. And I will never forget. There was somebody was like, "Why do you talk like that?" And he was like, "I'm African." And she was like, "No, you're not." And I thought, how can you tell this man that he's not African, bro?
Well, because his skin's white. If you listen to the accent, Bridget, he was born there. Him African, him white African, but him African.
But actually, I think that's a common mistake for a lot of people that don't understand. Most people in South Africa are white.
Yeah, I know. There is a big majority because it's the Dutch community. They call them the Boers. That's the descendants of there, innit? But I don't want to get into that because
I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying there's a lot of
tribe there are racist. Them tribe there are racist. I don't want to talk about them racist tribes there. You get me? The Dutch Boer and them thing there. I don't want to talk about that. But coming away from the controversial thing, but just recapping on the Noel thing, yeah. It's just my thing is it's like obviously we know why he was cancelled, innit? Like they've weaponized man's skin and then man's been cancelled, and I just feel like I just hope that he's able to bust case in the Telegraph. Because my thing is as well, if he wins the case, yeah, which I hope he does, and I think he should, yeah, because there's a lot of evidence to support that. I never got charged. I didn't even get questioned by the police. I didn't even get pulled into a
But then this comes back to the whole like Johnny Depp scenario as well. Like he got cancelled because of what people were saying. There was no actual proof of it. And now look, after the court case, look. Do you know what I'm saying? Like people really need to think when they're reading things. These are people's real lives, like, and people love to chat shit.
People chat shit all the time, but you know what it comes down to? This is the deep side of it. You see, as a man, yeah, me being the man that I am, yeah, you women can go out and say two things that we've done this, and this, And before you know it, we're banged to rights and we're arrested. And
I
we're
do
fucked
agree
up.
with that. I do agree with that.
And that's the problem with society today. As a man, women can say whatever they want, bro. Like, there's no explanation from us. Like, I've got so many friends that have had madnesses where girls have said, "Oh, my man's done this," or "My man's assaulted me." These times, man's not done nothing, or man's not even been at the place. But
I've
now
witnessed it so many times, and it
man's
fucking
in
grates on
handcuffs.
me. I hate
Man's
it.
getting dragged up by the feds.
What
for
these
lies.
girls don't seem to understand is, you in the heat of the moment because you're mad at him for whatever the hell it is. It could sometimes it's over nothing. It's the silliest thing that you've built up in your nut. Like, honestly, babes, it's really not worth it, because especially if he's your baby father or something, allow it, man, because you're putting him backwards, and that's not helping your youth. Like, at the end of the day, just your pain ain't helping your child, and no one ain't telling you your pain ain't valid, but please, you don't need to allow all of this bloody creating extra dramas for these guys, especially black guys, because they have it hard enough. People from the hood, it's not just black guys, people from the urban community have it hard enough.
Yes.
We don't need to be fighting and arguing over bullshit and making it harder for each other. We really don't need to do that, man.
But this is what they do. See, in a lot of like breakups and a lot of situations, a lot of things, I see women doing mad things, doing false accusations, saying things that are not true.
No, listen, listen. Like I said, I completely agree. I've seen it myself. And actually, the most disgusting thing I've witnessed is a girl, because he didn't want to be with her anymore. Yeah, she cried rape.
See, look, and the thing is, there was no evidence, was there? And he was probably arrested.
No, actually, he wasn't. Do you know why? Because we all caught wind of it, and we was all there when the police turned up. But if we wasn't,
he would have got arrested. He would have been arrested.
It was in a time as well where there weren't no camera phones and all the CCTV and them things as well.
He would have been arrested. And you see what it is when you are put tarred with a sexual kind of crime, mud sticks. So even if you're innocent or it's not true, bro, your life is peak now. And my thing is, that's just often a woman's emotion where she's been an emotional, or she said something, or she's angry or whatever. Now you're in a whirl of, excuse my language, but you're in a whirl of shit now. And that's my point with the Noel thing. Like, people was able to say things and they locked off his whole life. His income, everything, his whole career has been stopped because of this thing. He now doesn't have an income. He now, like, when they was interviewing him, he's saying, look, he's still writing, but man's not working. No one ain't calling him for jobs. No one ain't fucking with him, like, because of that. And man's innocent. Man is innocent. Man's not raped no one. Man's not done nothing to no one. Do you know what I'm saying? Then you got people like Philip Schofield, and like you said, Cheryl Cole, that do these mad things. Like, people are feeling sorry for Philip Schofield. The only punishment he got was that they
I don't actually think now they're feeling sorry for him. I think now he has been scalded hard. His daughters have had death threats and that.
Yeah, do you know why? Because of how easy the media was on him. The media was easy on him. They were easy on him because of his past, because he was Philip Schofield, because he used to be on the broom cupboard back in the day. He was a children's presenter. They went easy on my guy, bro. So when people are doing all this thing where they're doing death threats, it's because, hold on, if the media...
But listen, I don't agree with that. The fucking death threats, keep them to yourself. What are you bringing these pitney into it for?
No,
regardless of how old they are, man.
I don't agree with that. No, I'm not saying I agree with that. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in the court of opinion, people felt he got off lightly. So they said they did things like that. So that's wrong. Totally. No. They got nothing to do with it. Don't get me wrong. People, I mean, I condoning violence to anybody. We do not condone
keep
violence.
Keep your little keyboard warrior fingers to yourself, man, child.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate people like that because, like, you know what? Just lightly, when I was watching the Conan thing, and he said about, like, I know these people are keyboard warriors, like, they're nothing in it, but it still does my head in, like you don't really need to think, because if you're not about that life, and that life turns up on your doorstep, it's not gonna be a friendly party, you know what I'm saying? All because you wanted to press 1-2 keys and be in the little ninja warrior fucking group online, like, allow yourself.
You want to be part of the passer when it's thing. I hear that. But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't condone any of that. But all it was for me with that situation was more of like, he got off lightly. The media loud, man, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So there was people saying, look, this is what we're going to say now, innit? So that's what I'm trying to say to you. When that whole Noel thing, it's because of who man is, innit? Man's black, innit? And there's obviously, it comes back down to that thing I was saying of, like, forget even black. just men in general, yeah, from the hood, wherever. Women can say whatever they want to say, and you're bang to rap. Even down to, like you said, Johnny Depp.
Always
Johnny Depp's a
keep
big-time Hollywood star.
evidence. I know this sounds crazy, and I know there's a lot of people, yeah, that can't keep stuff on their phones or whatever. But please, like, be smart with it, man. No matter if you think people are riding out for you, trust and believe. There's too many snakes in this world, man. Like, always make sure that you've got your evidence stacked, bruv. Always make sure that you yourself and your 2 foot them are protected, bruv.
Man, them, just make sure, yeah, that what she said there, keep your evidence.
And that's not even just to the man them. I'm not just saying to the man them, bro. I'm saying to the girls too, bruv, yeah? Because we all know there's some crazy ass dudes out there. And I know better than anybody. Yeah, I have been through hell in the last few years, the things that have happened to females around me, yeah? Trust and believe, there's some crazy man them out there.
There are some crazy guys out there. There are some crazy guys. But yeah, man them, women, make sure you lot are keeping your evidence. Don't get put in those situations.
Yeah,
but
man.
like I said, man, from my perspective, from the man thing, I'm just like, I just don't like this thing of like, women can just say two things.
And it's
before you
taken as Bible.
Man, it's taken as Bible, and man is in a whirl of shit. And it can rub a whole man's life out. Just like that. And then now man's got a.
But do you know what? Yeah, that also the whole Noel situation isn't just down to what females have said. That's the people in the media wanting to run the narrative.
Yeah, exactly. To push the narrative, there's a collective of people that want to push a narrative.
And do you know what? This is another thing that pees me off with media is. You never really see congratulations anymore. Like, I remember back in the day being a youth, and seeing the paper and there'd be like certain celebrations or whatever in there. Everything's just so morbid and run down and this person's done this and da. And I'm like, who wants to sit there and drink a cup of tea and read this crap? Honestly.
This crap. Do you know what it is? They sensationalize bollocks and negativity. Yeah. That's what I've noticed. In this day and age now, they don't sensationalize. And it goes back down to the music. Think about what we talked about the other day. When we were talking about Netflix and chill, and it used to be R&B and chill back in the day. R&B was about love. Let's make love.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Since the times have changed, yeah. So have I think this is why the youths are so hard and heavy now, like.
Yes.
Because they haven't listened to them sensual songs to make them feel good from them head to them toes. Oh my days, I'm rhyming.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, these kids, bruv, all these kids have grown up as man's on the block with a drill to the it's just all.
And do you know what the most of the thing? Most of these people ain't even on no block, bro.
And most of them ain't even on the block like that. But that's the music they've grown up with. We grew up with R&B jams, and it's like I said, it's a reflection of society, innit? So when you got all this music that's coming out that's R&B, it's all about love making, baby making, So it's feel good music, innit? No, all the music it's like fast food now.
I remember when Eminem come out, his first album come out, yeah, and there's a couple of people that I know listen to the podcast that was with me in this time, yeah, with your little portable stereo, you know, like your little CD player, yeah, come put an Eminem thing in, and we was listening to it, and we was like, yeah, this album's hard, like we're listening to it over and over and over again, and then, you know, as you really like start to actually listen to it, like some of these are actually quite morbid, but we like them still. Like that was the first realization, like raw, like even with Tupac, yeah, like some of his shit was real hardcore, but he still had like love in these things, you know what I'm saying? Like
Dear Mama and them songs there. Do you get me? Like
to my unborn child.
Yeah, and things of that nature. But that's what I'm trying to say. The music was more reflective for you to be able to take it in and think. Now, it's a reflection of society. Everything's here today, gone tomorrow. Consume it, it's out the window. I go on my phone, I see that funny thing, I go on to the next funny thing, I go on to the next one. It's all fast. And it's just like, nah, man, we need to slow down. We need to feel more. We need to, like, be in the moment more.
Jem, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Where was that at 7 o'clock?
And my drop top, baby. Come on.
Cruising the streets. You know I would have cussed you if you didn't say that, right?
Come on. I know you would have cussed. Come on, I know that song. Now tell me, what you really want to do?
Oh.
I got a real pretty... Come on, R&B is my thing. I'm not the king of it. I'm not gonna take the king of it.
I'll take the crown. I'll take the crown.
I'm gonna give the crown to Nala. She's the queen of R&B jams. Certain times she's playing me jams over the phone. I'm like, Bumba, what's that? I'd have to pop and listen to it. I'm like, oh, that's my guy. She's like, well, you don't know, Bridget. Like, nah, Miss sorry, man. Like, I was the hip hop cat, innit? I was the New York, Queensbridge, Nas, all of that. I was into that. Mob Deep, you get me? Lost Boys. I was the original 90s hip hop youth, innit?
I was definitely the R&B and garage all the way through.
Don't
I bring
talk
you
about
flowers. Listen,
Don't
I
talk about
loved
garage.
my garage.
I love that. We need to have a separate podcast on music.
Yeah, we are. We was talking about this before we started the podcast. Yeah,
we need one just about
we're
music.
gonna do one on a Monday that is just for music. And we're gonna talk about what's going on, what music from before, music from now, music from when. Do you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it all, and we might even get a couple guests on to help. Like even. I know somebody that I want to ask straight away, talking about it, that to come on and maybe even just have a little chat about the legal side of it.
Yes, we'll do informational ones where we talk about music and then we get someone on.
Get you lot to send in your tunes and then we can play it. You get me? We can play them on the. We could do like a little karaoke session or like a little X Factor session. You get me?
We could negotiate with YouTube and see if we can get.
No, we'll put it on a different platform. We'll put it on a different platform.
We'll put it on a different platform then, because we need to do that, man. But we might have to do a music one. But I'm looking at the time, like we've been talking, Bridget. But you know what? Let me end it.
I don't think we've been talking for that long. Can't be.
It's been over an hour, my G.
No. That's gone really quick, isn't it?
Yeah, because we
people tell me in the comments if that did not feel quick, because I don't feel like I've been sat here chatting rubbish for the last hour.
It don't feel like an hour, but it's been an hour. I'm like, bro, we gotta keep it short and sweet, man. We gotta keep it short and sweet. But ending on one of the stories that I saw, did you see what happened to Skepta?
No, what happened to Skepta?
Basically, Skepta, has been invited to the F1 Grand Prix, innit? Yeah?
Oh, actually, I think I have seen a clip of this.
Yeah, and basically they ejected him because they said they smoked cannabis and they locked him off.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of that?
Listen, this ain't even about Skepta at this point, yeah? I think that England is stupid. I think the people that run it have no mindset. They're not from the real world. I fully believe that they're always trying to chase their tail in this country, and they're so far gone up their own asses that they don't realise stuff that's right in front of them. This country is in so much debt. Make cannabis legal. Let's start growing it properly. Yeah, let's start getting in all that revenue like America has, like, do you know what I'm saying? Let's start doing it properly over here. That way you would waste less taxpayers' money on all of the policing, prisons, searches, all of that rubbish, yeah? And that money could be put into something else, like the healthcare or wherever it needs to go. Do you know what I'm saying, yeah? And the police can actually focus on something else. Like, go. I hate the fact when they stop people because they can smell weed. It pisses me off, bro.
Nala for president. Nala for president.
No, listen, you see a few years ago, when they put Boris in
one day, when your politician one day,
when they put Boris in charge, not even Boris, what's the thing before that chick, bro? What's Theresa May? That silly cunt over there, bruv. Listen, I said I'm setting up my own party. I googled it. It said I had to pay £500 for something like to get this many signatures. I said, listen, I'm gonna take it to the streets because these dickheads don't know what they're talking about, bro. I'm running for Prime Minister, mate. I was sick of this shit.
You actually on it. You looked into it.
Bruv, I looked into that because I was vexed.
I'm gonna bring my own party.
Yeah.
Going back to the point, what you just said, you basically said everything I was going to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, we need to legalize this thing. Yeah. I said this to my brethren the other day. I said, bro, the minute they legalize it, I'm opening a cafe.
Do you know what? Whenever the people that say it shouldn't be legalized are the people that are not thinking logically. They're like, but it'll be more restraint on the mental health stuff. Bruv, there's already a fucking strain and they're not doing shit all about it, yeah?
Exactly.
And most of the time, like, look at all of the cancer stuff. There's so many patients that have had cancer that have turned to some form of weed or oils or whatever the hell it is, and it's helped them.
CBD.
Why
And
are
it
we
helps
not
them.
doing more to investigate this for ourselves and go, do you know what? This is what we need. Do you know why? Because pills and that make this country money, bruv.
Yeah, exactly that. We're getting really controversial with this one, you know. We might have the cannabis debate, you know. You get me? Make people phone in and that.
Listen, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, and please tell me why do you think it shouldn't and why you think it should? Because honestly, if you actually look into it properly, yeah, like I've properly researched all this weed stuff, like
yeah, of course.
It's $1 billion business.
Industry.
Yeah, $1 billion industry.
Bro, like imagine, that's what I'm trying to say. Imagine they legalized it, bro. Like I'm setting up a weed cafe.
And it's not even the thing, like in America, there's certain states and that you can't smoke it or have it or whatever else. Cool, do that here. If you know it's a hot, say like central London, yeah? You know central London's full of tourists and whatever, you can't smoke it or there can't be no distribution centre here. Bruv, cool. People just want to smoke it before they go. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like
where there's a stripper cafe,
yeah,
you can come down and run some. You want the good.
100%.
Come down the stripping Hackney, bro. I want to be the guy, the business owner, like smiling with my gold teeth. Yeah, what you want today? You want some sativa in the car? We got this, we got that, got this. Watching people just chill out.
Do you know what? Like, I don't know. Have you ever watched the Kardashians?
Yeah, of course I've watched the Kardashians.
Listen, I don't know. Was it this season or was it the season before? Yeah. Listen, they come to somewhere else because where they are, there ain't none, yeah? And then they go into a dispensary and Kris Jenner spent like $800 or whatever it was in there, yeah? Bro,
Kris Jenner smokes weed, bro.
Yeah, she smokes weed and takes gummies and that, bro. So her and Chloe and Corey, Chris's boyfriend, yeah? Like they've took a couple gummies and whatever, and Kris goes, no, it's like Chloe's telling her, no, only take half, mum, only take half. She's like, no, my hip's hurting. She eats the whole gummy, yeah? So Chloe takes a gummy with her, right? And then Kris is like, oh, it's not doing nothing. So she bites another half. So she goes, what do I do with this? So Chloe took it off of her and took it, yeah? So then they've gone out for a meal. And Kris is moaning like, this ain't doing nothing. And then all of a sudden they're sat in the restaurant and you can see Chloe's saying something to her and Kris is gone. It like instantly hits her, yeah? And she starts laughing. She's busting up at her. She's like, oh yeah. And they're like, Kris and Chloe are looking at Corey and Chloe are looking at each other like, oh my God. But then they start laughing, yeah? Because Kris is a mess at this point, yeah? And she's like, she's trying to order her food, yeah, but as she's ordering it, she's in bits, bro. I was like, this is the fun. I want to get high with Kris Jenner, bro. I swear to God, I don't even smell on nothing. I want to go and take gummies with Kris Jenner.
I did not know that. I was like, what? They're on the weed thing. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? There's loads of people you wouldn't think doing this weed thing that do this weed thing. And
she was like, because she had like hip surgery or something, yeah, and she was like, I think it was before the hip surgery actually, and she was like, oh, like the pain gets a bit much and whatever, so they went to this place to just try and ease it. She was like, I ain't feeling a thing. She was like, but she was like, the next day she was like, oh, I don't feel too good.
You have to calm down, innit?
Yeah.
As a veteran weed smoker myself, 25 years in, I'm piffing the finest weed, yeah? Like, gummies fuck you up. And I'm a smoker, innit? Like, I love, know what it is about gummies, yeah? Like, when you bun, yeah, most time you can just bun it down, you get high, and then you fall asleep, you wake up next day, you're alright. With gummies, bro, bare times I'll fall asleep.
I don't even think it's just gummies. It's when you eat it, full stop, it's a different effect.
It takes a while to, like, bro, man will sleep. I've woken up eating edibles, woken up, and I'm still a mess when I've had a whole full night's sleep, and I'm still a little bit of a, I'm like, raw, man, still a bit lazy. Like, I call it the Homer effect. You know when Homer in Simpsons is the laziest he could be? Like, that's what it's like eating gummies, being a Homer Simpson, a literal Homer Simpson. But yeah, man, they definitely need to legalize it. But people, like Nala said, man, in the comments, let us know. Do you think they should legalize weed over here in the UK, or should they still keep it illegal? Please, people, give us some feedback on that thing. And on this note, I think we should end it now. We've just reached over an hour. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, we gotta go.
It's an hour and 15, but people,
it's
make
not
sure you
actually.
stay tuned in. Is it?
He's lying to you, people.
So how long is it then?
I'm not telling you.
Not a lot.
I'm not telling you. It's a secret.
It's a secret, yeah?
No,
But yeah,
we're at 109.
109, yeah?
109.
Say no more, my people, man. You get me? Say no more. I'm going to say one more thing before I go.
No, you're not allowed.
One more thing. Pardon?
I said, no, you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed. It's a quick one. It's a quick one.
No, I'm joking.
Have you heard of the rapper called Sukahana?
Do you know how many times he said goodbye, people? He is that person, you know, when you're trying to get them out your yard, bruv, and they say, yeah, we're going. And they're like, yeah, and then they take 2 steps, and 3 hours later, you're still in them 2 steps. You go, man's got to go, you know, man's got to go. And then he takes like 3, 4 steps, and then there's another conversation.
You know what it is? You know that was you're thinking like, no, man, I have to go in it because it's time for me to go in it. Like the things in your mind, it's time for me to go. But then it's like when you're going and you feel like, hold on a minute, there's an energy that you don't want me to go. So you know what? I'm gonna stay for a little 5 minutes.
He's that man at the cookout, and then he gets all the way out to the car, and then he's like, oh no, I forgot the food. Come back and have to do the whole routine again.
That is me, Bridget. That is me. But no, quick one before we go. You heard of the rapper called Sukahana?
No.
Well, people,
Sukahana,
she's a rapper
so it's
from
not
America.
Sukihana.
Sukihana.
Sukihana, yeah, I know Sukihana.
I told you, I'm an old man. I get all these names and these words.
She's the one that was in Cardi B's music video, yeah?
Pardon?
She's the one that danced in Cardi B's music video,
I think so. She's got tattoos.
Yeah.
And she had a madness where some guy sexually assaulted her live. Like he grabbed her and started lipsing her when he wasn't meant to or something.
Oh, I didn't know about
girl
that.
There, yeah? Pardon?
I said I didn't know about that.
That's another whole new story, innit, that I'm not going to get into. But if you know about this rapper, she's come to England, innit? Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I see her.
You see the video?
Yeah, I see it.
Where she's talking Greece outside Parliament, talking about man them eating her bum and that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Listen, I don't know what planet she's on. She's obviously fucking high and someone's put her up to it because it's just stupidity at this point.
That's my whole point with the situation, people. I don't understand all these new rappers and what they do. Like, why would you be outside?
She's a bit wild though, babe. I've seen her on telly and that, yeah, and like she's got people that are trying to represent her. She had a go at a girl. Listen to the joke, yeah. So a girl was doing a bit of promo for her. So they sent like Sukihana's people sent her like couple teas and a dress or so whatever the hell it was. It was some merch, yeah? So obviously the girls took pictures in it. She's posted couple, and then obviously she was like gonna save the rest for another time or whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, I've got an event coming up next month, so I'll keep that dress for that." You know, like she's trying to work it out so that she's helping home go out. She won't get paid for it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then Suki come to her like, "Bruv, you're stealing the stuff from the shop." Where she's like, "What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, bitch?"
She was like, "What? So you want the clothes back after I've put them on my crutch?" Like, I'm confused. Like, what are you gonna do with them? You can't sell them after that. Like, what? I'm lost. If I'm posting them, you're not paying me. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying to take the stuff back? How are you classing that a stick? The girl was getting mad. Like,
wow,
this Sukihana's mad. Honestly, sometimes she really does not make any sense.
She is a bit of a mad girl, though. And that's why I didn't understand. I was just like, your whole thing is just this promiscuous. She's quite promiscuous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if she's promiscuous thingy, but she puts promiscuity out there, innit?
Yeah.
But she's quite like out there with her promiscuity. So I'm like, I don't know if this is a good look for you, innit? Like, just like, because my thing is, yeah, when she's done like people, I don't know if you've seen the video. Basically, this rapper's she's come over to the UK. She's standing more or less outside Buckingham Palace, where the former queen and the new king live. Yeah. I don't care about the royal family, but anyway. So she's outside the royal thingy, the Buckingham Palace. There's all tourists round. Normal white people, they talk like this, and, you know, they talk like this, and, "Oh, yes, darling, would you like that, darling?" They talk like that. So she's around people like that. She's coming there with a big bold American and said, "Yo, I want these niggas to be eating my ass. Eat my ass, niggas. I want these niggas to be eating my ass." And then you got all these normal white people, English white people, looking at her like, who the fuck, and what the fuck is that?
You know,
like,
yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, like, who the fuck or what the fuck is that? And I'm just like, is there any need for that? That's all. That's my whole thing. It's like, is like, you see that thing of like, no publicity is bad publicity, whatever. But I'm more on the thing of like, why do you present yourself like this? I'm not saying you have to be an angel, but why do you present yourself like this? But yeah, go on, co-host.
Yeah, do you know what's upsetting? Like, I don't care about the royal family, like, but
no.
To an English person that's going to see that doesn't know who she is, doesn't know what she's about, yeah? That's basically an English person coming to her mum's house and doing it to an American. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
it's a bit disrespectful when I. Do you know what I mean?
It's a bit disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's a bit like I don't care about the royal family.
I don't care about the royal family.
Like you just said, at the end of the day, for someone that doesn't know nothing about this black girl, never seen her before, and you just see this rowdy, angry black girl, or not even rowdy, angry. I'm feeding into a stereotype there. Sorry, people. You see this black woman, and she's making bad noise and whatever, and she's doing what she's doing. That doesn't look good. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no need to behave like that. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a time and a place. If you're in a club in the UK and there's bare hood people there and you're acting like that, fine. Nobody cares. You're with people that are like you or people that appreciate you acting like that. You're in a public place where it's a different kind of like.
Do you know what the worst thing is? It's not even English people and that are there. It's mostly tourists from all over the world that are standing there. So she's getting that looked at her from people from China, Japan, this place, that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like all of these different places all over the world, and even there's a hell of Americans, bruv, up Buckingham Palace, yeah, like. All of these people looking at you sideways, like you're a star. Why are you doing that, man? Because you know what, yeah. After she come out of the Cardi B video, yeah, she was doing her thing. Like I was giving her ratings, bruv. And then I don't know. She just seems to have lost track. I don't know if it's because of man or I don't know, but
I don't know. I personally think there's someone behind her telling her to do this.
But this is what I spoke about. It was it the first podcast or whatever.
Yeah, you did speak about traction and them things.
Yeah, they do it all the time in the industry. Like they make them do these stupidity things, bro.
These stupid things to kind of get noticed, man. But yeah, man, people. On that note, I'm gonna end the show here.
Quick, before he changes his mind again. Jesus.
Yeah, let me end it. Now we're gonna end it, man. We're gonna end it. We're talking. You know what? Me and you can talk forever about so much stuff.
Yeah,
we gotta break it down and put it into tidbits to keep you people interested in that. You get me? But yeah, man, kudos, man. Thanks for listening. Shout out to everybody, that told me not to talk about Love Island.
And you know what? Can I just say something? Thank you to everybody that is from his side that said that, yeah, because I was trying to tell him, I was trying to tell him, listen, we got to stop talking about Love Island, you know. And he was like, oh, yeah, but I really want to tell you about something. So I was like, oh, all right. Like, and then someone from his side or a couple of people from his side said something to him, and he's like, do you know what? Maybe we shouldn't talk about Love Island.
You just made me up for the podcast. You just made me up.
Yeah, you threw me under the bus. I threw you.
You just made a man up, you know. No, I'm joking now, but on a real note, people have told me they don't want to hear about Love Island. So let's see, no Love Island. Get a couple serious topics and yeah, man, keep it light-hearted, man. But thank you to everybody that's given us feedback.
Yeah,
thank you to everybody
really appreciate it.
Like listening to the podcast, we appreciate you.
Can I please ask you all to share the damn thing, please?
Share it.
I don't even care if you think that these people won't listen. You never know. Make them click on it once. Manakir, please.
Please, we need
share
them numbers
thing,
up.
Man.
I'm saying share, like and share, and make sure you subscribe. And also to everybody else that some people have said, oh, you need to keep it visual. We're gonna be visual, not yet.
Right now, we are gonna be visual.
Right now, people, you need to look at it like this.
Listen, we're going to be visual before I go on holiday, yeah? Because then I'm going to do the visual from my holiday destination, which I'm not going to tell you about just yet. Okay.
Oh, is that you're going on, yeah? You're going to be on holiday when you're doing the visuals, yeah? Look at this one. But yeah, like, check it like it's a radio show, man. When you're cleaning, you're doing your work, just fling us on, man, and just have us in the background, innit, man? You still do your thing. You ain't got to overly focus on us, but we'll keep you entertained. And we'll be your company. You get me? So yeah, it's your host Gem Star. Stuttering there.
Yeah,
me, but yeah, your host Gem Star and
Nala.
And we're here with Mumz, the Bomber Clock Word.
Mumz.
Peace.